So here we are at the first round of the 2017 British Sidecar Speedway Championships. The ACU have worked tirelessly to get ourselves a 4-round series for 2017. The sidecars had a quiet year for 2016 on the Speedway, but hopefully for this new tournament, 2017 British Sidecar Speedway Tournament, we will have a revival of the sidecars in Great Britain. We've got some of the country's best 1000cc sidecar racers joining us here at Leicester, and it's the first time that we've seen 1000cc sidecars on the Leicester circuit. Having had a look at this Leicester circuit, it seems to be suited for this type of sidecar. The straights are long, they've widened the corners are tight. There should be some fantastic racing today. Now, some of the riders we've got today, we've got Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. About 3 years ago, Mark went off to Australia for a season and he beat the world's best out in Australia in their own backyard. He's come back and he's dominated British grass track. He's certainly dominated British Speedway, and he will look to do the same again today. Another rider with Australian expertise is Paul Whitelam. Paul Whitelam's just been in Australia all winter. And it's his second winter down under, and he's been mixing it with some of the world's best as well. Look out for Paul Whitelam this evening. Another rider that lots of people are very excited about at the moment is Mark Cossar's brother, Tom. Tom's been really setting the world alight on the grass tracks this season. He had a brilliant 4th place down at Astra in Swingfield earlier in the season. His grass track form is fantastic. He's on a Speedway outfit tonight for the first time. So it'll be really interesting to see how Tom gets on. Added to that, we've got Will Offen, who's always gone well on the Speedway. He's now got a Speedway outfit, even though before he's gone well on his grass track bike. And Neville Penfold, who's a name from the 90s. Neville Penfold and Kevin Jones, they've come together for this season to race for charity, Great Ormond Street Hospital and Scope. And Neville was a top rider in the 90s. He's got lots of Sidecar Speedway expertise. He's been practicing down at Iwade, and another rider that's been practicing down at Iwade is Richard Moore. Many of you remember Richard, he's Team Skeleton. And Richard Moore is a Sidecar Speedway specialist, and Richard will be really looking forward to tonight because it's been a long time since he had that accident at Peterborough back in 2014. He'll want to get stuck in tonight. So let's hope we have some excellent racing. The weather is perfect really for sidecar racing. The track's going, the track preparation's going on right now. We're in for a fantastic night's racing. All right. First of all, we've joined probably the most professional sidecar team and the sidecar driver, Paul Johnson. Paul, back on the Speedway for 2017.
Yeah, bang on the Speedway, really looking forward to it. Really pleased, it's a 4-round championship, really good.
Yeah, it's certainly a sort of a shot in the arm, I think, for Sidecar Speedway, the 4-round championship.
Yeah,
how long's it been since you were on the Speedway before?
9 years.
9 years?
Yeah.
So what are your expectations for this evening?
None at the moment. Ask me after practice and I'll have a better idea.
Well, we know that you go pretty good on the grass track, and the last couple of years you've been developing the Kawasaki, of course,
yeah.
But Suzuki power for this evening?
Yeah, we're back on Suzuki. It's got very political with the sponsors. I mean, we've got Nick Morgan, the Superbike team boss here, but he had to get confirmation from Kawasaki that he actually could participate with using the Suzuki. So it's just the politics of the sport, but it's all okayed.
Okay, so have you got any plans to move to Kawasaki on the Speedway in the future?
Yeah, we've got a new Wasp chassis being made as we speak, and it's going to have the new RR ZX10 Kawasaki lump in it, and we're more likely going to use fuel injection on that as well.
Right, sounds really, really great for the sport. I know that lots of people appreciate all the effort that goes into the professionalism. Yeah. Best of luck tonight, Paul. I hope it all goes really well.
Yeah, super.
And we look forward to seeing you on the next 3 rounds as well.
Thank you.
We're now with arguably the favourite tonight, Mark Cossar. Mark, brilliant to be back on the Speedway.
Yeah, I'm happy for it. It's been something we're working on, so yeah, it should be good.
And obviously it's been a while since we've been on the Speedway with the sidecars before. Have you made any sort of changes to the bike or anything since we were last out on Coventry?
Just a different exhaust and different engine.
Okay, and what are you hoping to achieve by changing those bits?
Don't know, more drivability, I think.
Okay, now in the intro we were just talking about your exploits in Australia. Obviously something you want to get back to at some point?
I will do, but it's a big commitment to send your bike out there and do it all. What I won't do it is half-heartedly, so if I do it, I'll do it properly.
Do you think there's any chance we'll one day see them perhaps come back over here again?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe next year.
Okay, well, you heard it here first. Thanks, Mark. Good luck tonight. Obviously, they're all chasing you, so best wishes.
Thank you.
Well, now we spoke to Mark Cossar, now we're here with his younger brother Tom. We spoke about Tom in the intro. Tom, you've had a really good season so far, a great start.
Yeah, mate, yeah, it's certainly coming together for me this year. Bit of change in machinery, better engines, and yeah, coming off.
So talking about change of machinery, obviously tonight the first outing of the Sidecar Speedway outfit.
Yeah.
What's your hopes for it tonight?
To get around in one piece, I suppose, finish the meeting. It's like anything else, when you get a new bike, you've got to go through these positions of testing, and you don't know really what it's going to do out there. So, as long as I can finish the meeting, I'll be happy.
Okay, well Tom, there's bikes firing up around us, so we'll let you get on for practice. Best of luck tonight with the new outfit.
Brilliant. Cheers, buddy, thank you.
So we're with another rider now who's been buzzing off to Australia for his winters, racing with some of the world's best. Paul, hoping to put some of that Australian experience to good test tonight.
Yeah, I learned quite a lot out there, just trying to keep up with them. So yeah, it's improved my riding.
They really are a different class out there. It's very noisy in here, I don't know if you can still hear me. Any changes to the outfit since last season?
No, I haven't ridden it since I was in Australia a year ago, so we'll just see how it goes.
So there's a good chance it's still got Australian dirt on it?
Possible.
I'm sure it's had a good clean. Well, Paul, tonight obviously at Leicester, not too far from home, hoping for a good night, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely. Always hope for a good night.
And obviously Mark's stiff competition. Is there anyone else that you think you need to keep an eye out for tonight?
Oh yeah, Richie Moore, there's quite a few there. It's not going to be easy.
I think most people have got you as, if not the favourite, then certainly going to be in amongst it. So best of luck tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully all goes well.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Well, this next rider I'm absolutely delighted to see here, Richie Moore. Richie, nasty accident at Peterborough, amazing to see you back at the track.
Yeah, no, it's all good now. I rode a couple of times last year, year before, but not much. But yeah, it's nice to be back to the faces again.
And obviously the 4-round championship, something that you've, obviously you took part in the Super Cups many years ago, but this 4-round championship must have really got your hopes up for Sidecar Speedway again.
Yeah, I just hope we can all just keep together and keep going, keep doing it and get support from the crowd and stuff like that, really.
Yeah, no, I know it's obviously a big deal, is getting the bikes to be in perfect working order for a night's racing. I know you've been down at Iwade, certainly we need more tracks like that, I think.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, it's just a shame all the tracks are closing now and Reading's gone, Reading's long gone. They still not built on it, it's still just a flat bit of ground. It's criminal.
Yeah, well, hopefully with a round like this we can get Sidecar Speedway back on the map, and obviously great to see you back on the tracks as well.
Thank you.
That's better.
Text me.
Yeah, I'll text you. I said, obviously with this 4-round championship we've got a real chance to get Sidecar Speedway back on the map, with outfits like yourselves back into the sport as well. Hopefully everything looks good.
Hopefully, yeah, all good.
Yeah. Best of luck tonight, Richie.
Happy mate, thanks for your support.
No problem.
Perfect.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It with a minute's silence. So once we've got the boys into place in a moment, we will be having a minute's silence for the tragedy in Manchester. And also, many of you will know that last week we lost a motorcycle legend, Nicky Hayden. Many of you have heard Nicky he had a terrible accident, a car accident, bicycle accident in fact, and we lost Nicky. So to begin our evening we will start with a minute's silence, and then once we've done that we will introduce these boys that will be entertaining you this evening. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll sound the whistle, and when the whistle begins we will have a minute's silence to think about those that were lost in the tragedy, and Nicky Hayden of course, and the families of those people. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. to do now is introduce these riders to you. Many of you have seen the sidecars before, I'm sure. If you've not seen them before, you are in for a treat this evening. I'll go along the line if you could step forward, gents, when it's your turn. First of all, we've got one of rugby's finest. He's a young man who's just started really making waves in the grass track scene this season, and his young passenger as well has come on board this season, and they really are going somewhere. Racing tonight, number 29, Tom Cossar and Ryan Barker. The next crew. This man has pretty much won it all in the last 5 to 10 years. He's also from rugby because he's the brother of the man that we've just introduced. His passenger car is from Leicester. Mark is from rugby. Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. Now this crew, they've just invested in a Sidecar Speedway outfit. They go very well on the Speedway on a grass track outfit. This year they're running a Speedway outfit, fully prepared for the season. All the way up from Kent, Will Offen and Sam Black. We've got a former British Masters champion next. He spent 2 winters in Australia racing against the world's best. He's one of the best Sidecar Speedway riders in the country right now. His passenger races grass track. He drives and passengers. He's a talented man himself. We've got Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. It's another man from rugby. This man is responsible for the other 2. This is the father of Tom and Mark, so we're very grateful to him for that. And his passenger all the way up from Kent as well. We've got Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden. I'm expecting a big cheer for this one. This man, he's returned to the sport for 2017 after not seeing him on the grass or speedway as much as we'd like. He's from Leicester. The driver is, the passenger's from Birmingham. It's Steph Blythe and Sam Fimarella. The next crew, I'm delighted to see these 2 on the Sidecar Speedway. He was one of the top Sidecar Speedway men when Sidecar Speedway really was the thing to do several years ago. He's from Birmingham as well, Matt Fimarella and his passenger Gareth Williams. Now we've just got the passenger with us now, but this is a crew that I cannot ignore. The driver is frantically working on the outfit in the pits. He used to race in the early to late 90s. He was one of the best Sidecar Speedway riders that this country has produced. His passenger was one of the best grass track passengers this country's ever produced. They've come together for this season for charity. Great Ormond Street and Scope. Neville Penfold's in the pits and his passenger Kevin Jones. We've got another driver with plenty of experience, both passengering and driving. And his passenger, we've got Mick Stace and Kieran Ivey. The next crew, a highly experienced crew from down in the West Country. Joe Mogg and Jake Cutler. Now this man is a Sidecar Speedway specialist. He spent his many years crafting on tracks just like this. He's delighted that he can start racing Sidecar Speedway regularly again with his 4-round series. He's got one of the best passengers in the country on with him today. It's Carl Pugh. The driver is Richie Moore. Well, we've got another passenger stood on his own. You can tell the drivers do all the work, can't you? The driver is in the pits trying to get the bike working. His name is Mick Cave. He is another Sidecar Speedway specialist and he's got plenty of experience. The passenger here is Bradley Steer. Can we give a big round of applause to Mick Cave and Bradley Steer? The next crew, highly professionally turned out, one of the most colourful crews in the country. We've got Paul Johnson and his passenger tonight, all the way from Cornwall, Jason Farwell. This next crew, all the way up from the southeast, they'll be riding a grass track bike this evening. Will Penfold and Ricky Pay. That concludes the 1000cc sidecars. They are the main event this evening. We've also got some of the country's finest 500cc sidecar crews. This first crew, one of Europe's finest 500cc sidecar crews. We've got Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown. These two are hoping to qualify for their first European final next week at Wimborne. They've qualified via a fantastic performance at the British Championships last year. It's Aaron and Steve Bale. And finally, a returnee to the sport. It's fantastic to see this man back on the grass track scene. I'm sure he'll enjoy his buzzing round here at Leicester Speedway tonight. It's Richard Jenner and his passenger, Roddy Sterling. So that concludes our riders' introductions. I hope you enjoy this evening. We've got some fantastic racing lined up. Some of the country's best riders are here today at Leicester. Obviously, this is the first round of 4. We then go to Somerset in 2 weeks' time. And then after that, on to the next round, the 3rd round, which will take place in Kings Lynn. And the 4th round in Manchester at the end of the season. This is the first round. This is the one that they really want to get to grips with the Speedway. They really want to win this one. Make lots of noise when they come onto the track. We should be ready to go in about 3 minutes. In blue, we're expecting to see from Leicester, Steph Blythe and Sam Fimarola. In white, Tom Cossar and Ryan Barker. And in yellow and black, Will Offen and Sam Black. Lead going into turn 3. Mick Stace in second. Steph Blythe has slotted in, but Mick Stace comes up the inside. Offen will try and get back up the inside of him, and he's done so going into bend 1. Will Offen and Sam Black lead, but they overcook it going into the turn. Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy, they've taken up the lead again. Will Offen and Sam Black trying to straighten themselves up in second, with Steph Blythe in there in third. They're waiting to get through. Tom Cossar at the back now, trying to come round the outside. Steph Blythe's got up the inside of Will Offen now, and he takes over second place. Meanwhile, Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy out in the front. Will Offen's gone very wide and Tom Cossar's got up the inside. But Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy in the red helmet colours, they look like they've got this one sewn up. Steph Blythe holding that tight line, waiting for any mistakes that might come. And that Steph Blythe goes out for Mick Stace and Kieran Ivy. Steph Blythe in that second place, Tom Cossar in third still. It looks like Blythe is slightly quicker than Mick Stace. Will he have a go on this last corner as they go into the bend? He's definitely caught up to the back of Mick Stace, but it looks like Stacey's done enough. It is Mick Stace and Kieran Ivy who win. Steph Blythe in second, third place Tom Cossar, and Will Offen coming home in 4th. results of a very action-packed race number 1. It was a win for Mick and Kiz Ivy in red. They get 3 points. Second place in blue, 2 points to Steph Blythe and Sam Fimarola, 1 point to Tom Cossar and Ryan Barker, and fourth place, no points to Will Offen and Sam Black. The winner's time, 74.37, 74.37. The results again were red, blue, white and yellow. So Heat 2 comes out onto the circuit, sponsored by MRL Grab and Tip Limited. We've got this time in red, Paul Johnson and Jason Farwell. They've been having machine problems. Let's hope they've sorted those out for this one. In blue, we've got Will Penfold and Ricky Pay. In yellow and black, we've got Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden. And this crew in white, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. Second is Will Penfold and Ricky Pay, and Andy Cossar is third. As they go on the back straight, you can see Andy Cossar's drawing Will Penfold in. He'll look to get up the inside, but at the moment, Penfold's just got enough to hold on to that second. Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe popping wheelies down the back straight here. So in second place, Will Penfold looks like he's struggling to keep that machine in as Andy Cossar tries to pounce up the inside. The race really is on to second here as Will Penfold goes very wide into this turn. Andy Cossar has indeed got on the inside, he's taken over second place. Paul Johnson pulls off into the centre screen, he's having mechanical problems. But Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe, you really can see what a tremendous talent these two are. Throwing that machine sideways, trying to toss the front wheel in the air coming past you here. So this battle for second still rages. Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden hold on to that second place. Will Penfold struggling to turn the machine out of the turns. So the second flag held out, and it will be a first race win for Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. This has got very close to second place. It does look like Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden will hold on to the second, and Will Penfold and Ricky Pay come home in third. So the results of heat number 2, sponsored by MRL Grab and Tip Limited. It was a win, and a spectacular win for, in white, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. Second place, picking up 2 points, Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden. And third place in blue, Will Penfold and Ricky Pay. The winner's time, 67.83, 67.83. And if you look back to the time before, much, much quicker. So Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe are in tremendous form this afternoon. Will anyone catch them? And entering the track already is number 98, in red is Joe Mogg and Jake Cutler. Highly experienced crew. They'll really want to put to good use this inside gate. The white helmet coloured crew, Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders this afternoon, they enter the track. They really do start as one of the favourites this evening. In yellow and black, Mick Cave and Bradley Steer. Both the white and yellow helmet colours have spent the winter in Australia racing against some of the best sidecar speedway riders in the world. And here they are at Leicester this evening. Be interesting to see how they go. We're just waiting for the outfit in blue, Neville Penfold and Kevin Jones. I know that they did suffer some mechanical problems in practice. Let's really hope that we do see that crew in blue. They've worked really hard to get themselves here. Both excellent sidecar riders, both driver and passenger. And that blue gate, it's a real shame. Let's hope we do see Neville and Kev at some point this evening. They really are an excellent crew. Come all the way up from Kent today for this opening round of the British Sidecar Speedway Championships. But instead we have got three of the country's best in front of us for this one. From the middle for Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. They lead into the bend, followed closely by Mick Cave and Bradley Steer. Cave's got up the inside of Paul Whitelam. He's got lots of drive off that turn. He's found a hole up the inside and he's slid into first place. An excellent move by Mick Cave, but Whitelam's come back up the inside. He's repaid the compliment coming down this home straight. It's Whitelam that leads. Mick Cave's now in second place. Can Mick Cave get back on terms with Whitelam? He got lots of traction off that turn in the first lap. This time he's entered the corner very quickly indeed. He's had to take avoiding action and he's gone very wide. So that means that Paul Whitelam's got away. Loads of roost goes into the face of Mick Cave as he comes past us. Lots of mud in this space. So Paul Whitelam's managed to get a little bit of a gap now. Mick Cave will not give up, that you can see, still trying to get on terms. He's much faster into that pit bend. Struggling to get the machine back out the turn again, but Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders with that excellent turn on turn 4 got back up the inside of Mick Cave. So Whitelam is running slightly wider off the turns and Cave does seem to get back on terms with him coming off the turns. They've got very close again coming into this turn. The checkered flag now, it is Paul Whitelam who takes the win. Mick Cave in second, Joe Mogg comes home in. So another excellent race in heat number 3, sponsored by JK Humphreys Builders. It was a win in white for Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. In second place in yellow and black, Mick Cave and Bradley Steer. And in third place in red, Joe Mogg and Jake Cutler. There was no fourth finisher. The winner's time, 70.32. 70.32. Those results again in white, 3 points, yellow 2 points, and red 1 point. So we move on to heat number 4, the last of the opening sidecar rides, and it's sponsored by Palm Court Hotel down there in the Isle of Wight. We've got no rider in red for this one. Tris Winterburn sadly can't be with us this evening. But in blue we've got Richie Moore and Carl Pugh. In white we've got Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams, and in yellow and black, Phil Wynn and Adam Cooper Smith. So will it be a triumphant return to Sidecar Speedway for Team Skeleton in blue? Richie Moore, he really has been a stalwart of Sidecar Speedway over the years. Excellent to see him back in competition after a horrendous crash at Peterborough in 2014. And another crew it's great to see back, of course, Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams. Follows him into the corner in second with Phil Wynn in third. But an excellent start from Matt Fumarola, but he's got stuck coming out of that turn and Richie Moore's come up the inside of him. So in blue, Richie Moore and Carl Pugh, they lead the way. Fumarola will not want to have given away that lead. He will be desperate to come back on terms with Richie Moore. But at the moment, no answer for Richie Moore and Carl Pugh out in front. They are streaking away at the front as the three outfits start to spread out. I'm sure that Fumarola will spend a few races getting used to this outfit. It's the first time he's really ridden it. So as the last lap flag is held out for Richie Moore and Carl Pugh, they really have stamped their authority on this one. Got a healthy lead over Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams. I'm sure they'll have more to give us later on this evening. struggling to get out the corners a little bit, Matt Fumarola at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on there, but the checker flag is put out, and it is Richie Moore and Carl Pugh who take the win. Matt Fumarola, after leading early, comes home in second, with Phil Wynn and Adam Cooper-Smith coming home in third. So the official result of heat number 4, sponsored by Palm Court Hotel Shanklin down on the Isle of Wight. It was a win in blue for Richie Moore and Carl Pugh. Second place in white, Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams. And in third, in yellow and black, with Phil Wynn and Adam Cooper-Smith. The winner's time there, 70.87. 70.87. Once again, in blue, 3 points. White, 2 points. Yellow, 1 point. And we had no red rider in that one. So, moving on to heat number 5, we've now got the 500cc sidecars coming out onto the circuit. They can be found on the following page if you're holding a programme. And we've got in red Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown. They are the former European grass track champions and current British grass track champions. They really are a top crew in the country, well, indeed in Europe. The outfit riding number 152, Aaron and Steve Bale, they will be competing in Wimborne next weekend for the European sidecar semi-final. They'll be hoping to qualify for the European final, which takes place in France, in Taillac, on the 1st of July. Josh Goodwin's already qualified for that as our British champion. It really is a big weekend down there in Wimborne next weekend. By the British champion Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown, although Aaron Vale gets up the inside coming off that turn, and Aaron Vale's taken the lead. Josh Goodwin slips back into second place with Richard Jenner in third. So Aaron and Steve Vale take up the lead coming out of the second turn, and they seem to be pulling away from Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown. An excellent start for Aaron Vale, a good first turn as he pulled the cut back. So then, Aaron Vale and Stephen Vale, will they have enough to hold off the former European champions? At the moment it looks like they go on to lap number 3. Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown, I can see, trying to find a bit of drive off the turn, trying to find that little bit of momentum that will get them back on terms of Aaron and Steve. But at the moment it looks like the Vales have got it all under control, but as I say that, Josh Goodwin comes right up behind Vale. He's going for a wide turn on this pit bend. He goes deep into the corner, tries to cut back up the inside. He's got very close coming down this back straight. But Aaron Vale and Steve Vale hold on to that lead. Can they hold him off in this final turn? It's going to be a last-ditch attempt here. Very close to the line. Just about Aaron Vale, followed by Josh Goodwin with Richard Jenner in third. Excellent racing by the 500cc sidecars. Okay, the official result of race number 5. The first of the 500cc sidecars. It was a win in yellow, Aaron and Stephen Vale. In second place, in red, Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown. And in third place, in white, Richard Jenner and Roddy Sterling. The winner's time, 72.80. 72.80. So we're going to have a short break for some track grading. And as soon as we're done, we'll be back with Heat 6, where we will see both Mick Stace and Paul Whitelam. You'll see some of Europe's best. But tonight for this British Sidecar Speedway Championship, we've got some of Britain's best. And coming onto the track right now after their first heat win, Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy in their blue helmet colour. A great first win. They had to fight for it, but a good first win for them. Following them onto the track though, another crew who looked very quick in the first race. Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders, they also won their first one. And in red, Phil Wynn and Adam Cooper-Smith. They had a third in their first ride. So really we're looking at the riders in yellow, riders in blue. Although Phil Wynn will want to do something about his performance in the first ride. He's definitely a rider who is capable. yellow, Paul Whitelam, who comes across the track, but Phil Wynn gets there very quickly too. He crosses it up on the way out of the corner and Mick Stace comes underneath him. But meanwhile, in front, in yellow and black, Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. Mick Stace is very quick in the middle of that turn. He has to turn again, coming out of bend 4, and Phil Wynn's got back on terms with Mick Stace. So as Paul Whitelam pulls away in the front, it really is about that second place. Can Philip Wynn and Adam Cooper-Smith make any impressions on Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy in that second? They look a little bit quicker in this turn, Phil Wynn. But Mick Stace still got that second place under control. He's going a little bit wider into the turns, Mick Stace, and the drive seems to be pushing him a little bit wider in the turns. And Phil Wynn is trying to get out the inside of him. But meanwhile, very impressive out in front. Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders, they look like they've got this all sewn up. So coming back into turn number 3 on the pit bend, Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders, they come home for their second win of the evening. Second place will be Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy, and Phil Wynn and Adam Cooper-Smith come home in third. So the results of heat number 6, sponsored by Speedway Star. It was a win in yellow for Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. In second place in blue, Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy. And in third in red, Phil Wynn and Adam Cooper-Smith. The winner's time, very comparable to the last 2 races, 70.29. Those results again in yellow 3, blue 2 and red 1. 70.29 was the time for the winner. As Heat 7 comes onto the track, sponsored by the Palmer family. We've got in yellow, already on the track, fine winners in the first race, very quick time as well, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. Carl Blythe, of course, Leicester's own. Homecoming for Carl this evening, he'll hope to win in front of his home crowd. But another rider hoping to win in his home crowd in white, Steph Blythe and his passenger Sam Fumarola, they're in this one. And of course, the crew in red, Team Skeleton, Richard Moore and his passenger tonight, Carl Pugh, they also won their first heat. They looked in excellent form in their first heat. Can they do anything about Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe coming off the outside? And the final crew we've got in blue, Joe Mogg and Jake Cutler. They had a third in their first one. They'll of course hope to be going a little bit better in this one. So you can see passenger Carl hacking that dirt down. You often see the solo boys doing it. The sidecars need exactly the same, although of course there's twice the horsepower to try and get onto the ground. Carl packing down that dirt, trying to make sure that they get the best bit of ground to launch them off the start. They really want to get across everybody. Richie Moore on the inside will also be gating quick. He was a first time winner. Mark and Carl will not want to get tangled up in that going into the first turn. Have indeed made an excellent start, but Richie Moore has got in there. Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe get themselves away coming off that turn, followed by Richie Moore, and they pull away going into that pit bend. Joe Mogg has slotted into that third with Steph Blythe in there in 4th place. But Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe, they did make a textbook start. They've got themselves in front. Can Richie Moore do anything about it? Steph Blythe catching up with Joe Mogg for that 3rd place. Cuts up the inside. I'm looking at that battle for 3rd because Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola, they do look quick in that 3rd place. They've come up tight again to try and get up the inside of Joe Mogg to try and take over that 3rd, but at the moment Mogg's doing enough. Meanwhile at the front, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe, they are in devastating form this evening. They've really pulled away. That battle for 3rd still raging as Joe Mogg tries to make himself as wide as possible in the turn. Steph Blythe seems to have a little bit more speed than him in that 4th place. He's trying to find a way past. So then, coming around this final turn, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe, they take their 2nd win of the evening. 2nd place to Richie Moore and Carl Pugh. 3rd place Joe Mogg and Jake Cutler. And Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola come home in 4th. So the results of heat number 7, sponsored by the Palmer family. It was a win, and a very impressive win for the riders in yellow and black. Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe, they pick up 3 points. The outfit in red, Richie Moore and Carl Pugh, they come home for second place, 2 points. Third place in blue, Joe Mogg and Jake Cutler. And fourth place, Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola. That winning time, 68.25. 68.25, so Cossar and Blythe looking very quick this afternoon. So heat 8, unfortunately we will not have a rider in red and in blue, but we have got 2 of the country's top young grass track and speedway sidecar riders. The outfit in white, Will Penfold and Ricky Pay, they're the current 1000cc British left-hand sidecar champions, and they are getting to grips with right-hand sidecar action. And the outfit in yellow and black from rugby, Tom Cossar and his passenger, Ryan Barker. Both of these crews, up and coming young crews. We're expecting lots of things from them, and in this race, anything could happen. Into that first turn, Tom Cossar will have to now work hard to get past Will. So Will Penfold and Ricky Pay in white, they lead the way. Tom Cossar and Ryan Barker, they'll want to come on terms with Will Penfold, who runs very wide coming around that pit bend. Tom Cossar couldn't quite capitalise, he wasn't close enough. Will Penfold struggles to get that grass track machine out of the turns. So can Tom Cossar come on terms with Will Penfold? Penfold on a grass track machine, that could be why he's struggling to get out the turn. Tom Cossar has had trouble in the middle of the turn. This is the first time that Tom's ridden this speedway outfit in anger, and as you can see, he's still getting used to the machine. So Will Penfold and Ricky Pay, they come round to take the last lap flag. Tom Cossar still getting used to that machine. You can see he doesn't quite look comfortable on it. There'll be lots of work going on in the pits to get the machine set up so that it's comfortable for Tom and Ryan to ride. But Will Penfold and Ricky Pay won't care about that. They're out in front and they're going to take their first heat win of the evening. Will Penfold and Ricky Pay take the win. Tom Cossar and Ryan Barker popping a wheelie over the line. They come home in second. So the results of Heat 8, sponsored by Grass Track Banter on Facebook. It was a win in white for Will Penfold and Ricky Pay. They pick up 3 points. And second place in yellow and black, Tom Cossar and Ryan Barker. The winner's time, 72.79. 72.79. So we press on with heat number 9, sponsored by Liz Raglan Arms. And we expect to see, in red, Will Offen and Sam Black. You might remember they made an excellent start in the first one and then dropped back through the field as they also tried to get used to this new outfit. In blue, Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden. They had a second in their first one. In white, Mick Cave and Bradley Steer, they looked impressive in their first one, but couldn't get the best of Paul Whitelam. And in yellow and black, coming off the outside, Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams. The Midland crew returning to Sidecar Speedway after a long layoff. They looked good in the first one, couldn't get the better of Richie Moore. This really does look like a competitive race. There's lots of riders at a similar standard in this one. So as you can see, the outfit in yellow, Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams, clearly not happy with something on that machine. He has been put on 2 minutes. Hopefully he can get the machine running properly. Clearly something isn't right. So it's been indicated that it's a clutch issue for the riders in yellow and black, Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams. It's been suggested that they will start with a 50-metre handicap because they can't get the machine to sit still. The clutch will not allow the machine to sit still. A huge wheel stand for the outfit in red, Will Offman, but he still gets to the bend in first. In white, Mick Cave and Bradley Steer have gone right round the outside of both of them. Will Offman and Sam Black slot into that second with Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden in third. So then, Mick Cave, Bradley Steer, fresh off the winter racing in Australia. They get out in front here with Will Offman and Sam Black looking like they're getting to grips with the outfit now in second. At the moment in fourth, Matt Fumarola can't make any impression on the pack. So then Mick Cave and Bradley Steer, they do look in good form this evening. They had a second in their first ride and they're now holding that first comfortably from Will Offman and Sam Black. So Andy Cossar has made a lot of ground up on Will Offman for this second place. Interesting to keep our eye on that second place battle because Will Offman is just drifting wide on the turns and Andy Cossar's trying to get up the inside of him. He's only got one more bend if he's going to do anything. Meanwhile at the front, Mick Cave and Bradley Steer take a win. Second place does go to Will Offman and Sam Black. Third place Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden, and Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams off of 15 metres come home in fourth. Okay, the official result of heat number 9, sponsored by Liz Raglan Arms. It was a win in white for Mick Cave and Bradley Steer. In second place, picking up 2 points, in red, Will Offman and Sam Black. In third, in blue, Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden. And in fourth place, in yellow, Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams. The winner's time, 69.92. 69.92. So now we turn our attention back to the 500cc sidecars. They put on a stunning race in the first one. Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown, number 3. Just coming round this top bend now. They weren't able to get the better of number 152 Aaron and Stephen Vale. And 87 Richard Jenner and Roddy Sterling, they struggled to get on terms with the front two. Worth saying though, these front two, they are some of the best riders in Europe. They're no slouches. And Aaron will be hoping to prove that in Wimborne next weekend at the semi-final. Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown who lead into that first turn. This time Richard Jenner's got himself into second. Aaron Vale comes up the inside, coming off that turn 2, and he gets himself into that second place. Now Aaron Vale won the first heat. Can he get himself back on terms with Josh Goodwin? Or will Goodwin just play from here? For the moment it looks like Goodwin and Brown have got the bit between their teeth this time. Vale's in second, they've got no answer to Josh Goodwin. So Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown leading the way. Many will know Josh, he's a mechanic to several Speedway riders at the moment. He helps out David Vallejo, the French rider. As you can see, he's an excellent 500cc sidecar rider. And Aaron and Steve Bale, the first time winners, have got absolutely no answer for him. So as they come round the last corner, it's going to be a win this time for number 3, Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown. Second place, number 152, Aaron and Stephen Bale. And number 87, Richard Jenner and Roddy Sterling come home in third. So the official results of heat number 10. It was a win this time for outfit number 3. In the programme as yellow and black, Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown. Second place, 152 in blue in the programme, Aaron and Stephen Vale. And in third, in red, Richard Jenner and Roddy Sterling. Their winner's time, Josh's winner's time, 71.49. 71.49. And we're not having a track grade this time, we're pressing on with action straight into leg 3 of the sidecars. Race number 11, sponsored by Darren Wills. You can already see here in red, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe having a look at that inside gate. In blue we've got Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams who have had that clutch problem. Let's hope they've cleared that up this time. And in white we've got Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy. So the outfit in yellow is due to be Neville Penfold and Kev Jones. We haven't seen that outfit yet this evening. Some problems in practice have meant that we haven't seen them yet. So the message from the pits is that Nev Penfold's still not got machine ready to race, so we will go with 3. We've got Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe on that inside. Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams, I can see at the moment, have got that machine in neutral, trying to keep that clutch as cold as possible. And in white, Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy. Carl Blythe as they lead into the turn, followed closely this time by Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams, with Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy in third. There's a lot of smoke coming from that machine of Matt Fumarola as he really does make up a lot of ground on Mark Cossar in the middle of that corner. So the outfit in red, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe, they've been flawless so far, and as I say, Mick Stace comes up the inside of Matt Fumarola. So Matt Fumarola perhaps caught napping on the outside, but he's come back up the inside, and Mick Stace, a fantastic move by Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams. Can Mick Stace repay the compliment coming out of this bend? He's shaped up to come underneath it. It's going to be close as they face into this turn. Mick Stace has got himself back into second. Will Matt Fumarola cut back up the inside? Indeed he does, and Fumarola's back through into second place. So while Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe steam away at the front, this battle for second is raging. Matt Fumarola this time tries to keep it a bit tighter, and indeed does hold off Mick Stace this time. So while they've been squabbling over second place, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe really have got away. But again, Mick Stace has got close. He's come out the inside. Once again, he's passed Matt Fumarola going into this turn. He pushed him very wide up into the fence, very close at the end. But Mick Stace does pick up a second place, with Fumarola coming home in third. What a move by Mick Stace going into the pit bend. So a fantastic heat number 11, sponsored by Darren Wills. There was no doubt about the winner, of course, in red, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. They picked up their third win of the evening, 3 points to them. In second place, he had to fight very hard. There was lots of overtaking, but it was in the end, in white, Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy who picked up second place. And in third place, in blue, Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams. The winner's time, 69.29, 69.29. And already I can see the machines coming onto the track for heat number 12, sponsored this time by Wayne Rickards. Lots of familiar names to the sidecar world coming up here. Wayne a passenger, and Darren Wills before in the race is a passenger too, from down there in Cornwall. So, in red we've got Mick Cave and Bradley Steer. They won their last heat. They really did look like they were going well in that last heat. I can see the outfit in blue has come onto the track, so that's very exciting news. Paul Johnson and Jason Farwell have got themselves onto the track. So let's hope that they've sorted out some of those mechanical gremlins. The outfit in yellow, of course, Leicester's own Steph Blythe competes in this one. He's not had it all his own way so far, Steph, on that grass track machine. He'll hope to go better in this one in yellow and black. So great to see Paul Johnson out on the circuit with his passenger Jason Farwell. But as you can hear, Paul's still not happy with the way that machine is pulling away. In fact, I can see he's pulling onto the infield, so a real shame. It looks like things still haven't sorted themselves out, so it looks like we're going with just two outfits. Mick Cave on the inside, Steph Blythe on the outside. Steph Blythe, Leicester's own. Give him a big cheer. He is your home rider this evening, Steph Blythe on the outside. Just two outfits this time, starter. Up and away they go, and it is Mick Cave and Bradley Steer make a start. Steph Blythe tries to mount a challenge around the outside. He goes deep into that dirt, hopes to get some drive on the back straight. He's really trying to reel Mick Cave in on this back straight, but it is Mick Cave and Bradley Steer who lead. Steph Blythe comes up the inside. Can he find a gap up the inside of Mick Cave? He's very close to him as they come past us. But it is Mick Cave and Bradley Steer who lead the way. He's drifted wide, and Steph tries to make do with the inside line, but he can't quite get past him. Mick Cave still holds that lead. So this time Cave much tighter coming out of that turn. He knew that he was running wide. A man of his experience would know where he's losing the speed, but he's still drifting a little bit in the middle of the corner. So Mick Cave now making this his own. This will be his second heat win of the evening. Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola at the moment. No answer to them after looking good early on in the race. And one more lap to go. So round they come for the final bend. It will be a win for Mick Cave and Bradley Steer, with Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola coming home in second. So the results of heat number 12, sponsored by Wayne Rickards. It was a win in red for Mick Cave and Bradley Steer. And second place in yellow, Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola. The winner's time, 69.85, as things start to get much quicker as the evening goes on. So the outfits come out onto the circuit for heat number 13. And we've got a real clash here, as we've got in blue Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. They've already won their first two rides. And in heat and in yellow and black we've got Richie Moore and Carl Pugh. They've had a win and a second, but they were second to Mark Cossar. The outfit in white, Tom Cossar and Ryan Barker, the young crew, trying to get to grips with that new outfit. They would like to have something to say in this one. And in red, Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden. They've not been too far away from the front either, so this could be a good clash here between these four. Good to see four outfits in this one. Hasn't really been an advantage on the gates at all this evening. It's been very open on the start. Outfit in white, but Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders, they lead going into the turn, and Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden have slotted into that second place. Richie Moore is in third, so Richie Moore finds himself behind Andy Cossar in this one. Can he find a way past, or will Andy pull away from him? So into the turn they go. Richie Moore comes up the inside of Andy Cossar. He tries to find a gap. Michael Chittenden on the back of Andy Cossar stays firm. A little bit more speed in this turn, and Moore is through into second. He drifts wide as Andy Cossar comes back up the inside, and Cossar comes back into second. So a brilliant race for this second place as Richie Moore once again comes up the inside of Andy Cossar. They get very close in that turn. Moore has pushed Cossar wide, and now Richie Moore is up into that second, and he's chasing Paul Whitelam. Problems for Tom Cossar at the back as Ryan Barker comes off the machine. The last lap flag is out as they come past us. In fact, they've stopped the race because Ryan Barker is on the circuit. So the race stopped in the interest of safety as Ryan Barker was stricken on the circuit. The passenger to Tom Cossar lost his grip coming out of that turn, I think. Lots of discussions up here in the box, but there was no doubt that the result was declared after 3 laps. So the winner of the race, in blue, Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. And in yellow and black, they had to work hard for it, but it was Richie Moore and Carl Pugh. Unfortunately, the riders in red, Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden, excluded from the results for going on to the infield. And of course, Tom Cossar and Ryan Barker excluded from the results for losing Ryan up on this top corner. There was no winner's time for this one. Heat 13, sponsored by Clint Blondell, another friend of Grass Track, another excellent Grass Track competitor, in fact, Clint. As we move on to Heat 14, sponsored by Steph Blythe. And we've got another 4 outfits. In red, we've got Philip Wynne and Adam Cooper-Smith. In blue, Will Offen and Sam Black. In white, Joe Mogg and Jake Cutler, and in yellow and black, Will Penfold and Ricky Pay. All of these outfits have been in amongst the results. Of course, Will Penfold taking that win in his second ride. He goes from the outside this time. But while all that's going on, the outfit in yellow and black gets to the front. It's Will Penfold and Ricky Pay who lead. Joe Mogg has got into second as they're 3 abreast coming out that back straight. Will Offen in blue goes in there, and the outfit's turned over as they've gone into the turn. It was very close going into the turn, and the outfit's turned over as they've gone up into that turn. Let's hope that both riders are okay. I can see one is up already. So as you can see, Joe Mogg up to his feet over there. A nasty looking spill going into bend 3, but you can see the white exclusion light is on. Both the clerk of the course on that corner and the referee agreeing that there was no real cause of the accident, but of course somebody has to go in Speedway, and it will be Joe Mogg and Jake Cutler, sorry. race was stopped, it was Will Penfold and Ricky Pay who looked like they had the race under control, but as those outfits all reached the corner at the same time, nobody was willing to give them an inch. And that was really what happened as they went into that corner. Just very grateful to see that both Joe and Jake are up. The first running of the race, Will Penfold and Ricky Pay really had got away. The grass track bikes, they've got complete suspension on the back end, and they are a lot more consistent to get off the starts. Gating an outfit really is an art form, and you'll see that the grass track outfit does seem to be much more stable than the speedway bikes, but if you can get these speedway bikes running well, they really are the kit to have on this type of surface. So Will Penfold made an excellent start in the first one and he got away from the pack. Will he be able to do the same this time, or will the two outfits on the inside be able to out-jump him and get to the first turn in first? For Will Offen. Will Penfold and Ricky Pay have got themselves into that turn. They've run wide up into the corner and Philip Wynn's trying to cut the inside, but it is Will Penfold that leads into the pit bend. Philip Wynn in second and Will Offen in third as they're all very close together again as they come out of this turn. Will Offen's gone up the inside of Philip Wynn and he chases after Will Penfold. So then, Will Penfold runs wide and you can see Will Offen trying up the inside. Will Penfold keeps the power on. Ricky Pay drops down early to try and come across Will Penfold. Penfold is driven right up to the fence, but he still stays in front. Will Penfold and Ricky Pay, followed by Will Offen and Sam Black. Penfold goes up to the dirt. Will Offen comes up the inside. Penfold cuts across him, and the yellow and black crew stay in front once again. Back into this pit turn, Will Offen looks to turn up the inside of Will Penfold, but it's a sensible move by Will Penfold to stay on the inside. And Sam Black's come off the machine as they come past her. So once again a passenger is thrown from the machine. I can see that Sam's up, so that is good news, but once again Sam Black thrown from the machine. Sure that they completed 3 laps, so the results should stand. I will get confirmation from the referee. Another eventful heat in Heat 14 rerun. Thankfully Sam Black back on the machine. Give him a round of applause. It does hurt falling off these machines, I can vouch for that. But the result has been declared, and it is a win, a second win of the evening for the outfit in yellow, Will Penfold and Ricky Pay. Awarded second in red was Philip Wynn and Adam Cooper-Smith, and sadly Will Offen and Sam Black disqualified from the results, having lost Sam here in front of us. No time for this race of course, because they did only complete 3 laps. Race 15, the 500cc sidecars come back onto the track, and once again Will, Aaron and Stephen Vale continue their battle with Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown. Aaron and Steve got the better of Josh in the first one, although it was very close. And then Josh and Liam, the former European champions, they got the better of Aaron and Stephen in the second one. So it is 1 apiece between these two. No helmet colours for these lads, of course. Josh Goodwin is the outfit in purple Kevlars, number 3. Aaron and Steve Vale, they're coming to the outside by the looks of it, number 152, and the outfit in blue 87 is Richard Jenner and Roddy Sterling. Goodwin, it is Josh Goodwin that leads into the turn, but Aaron Vale comes up the inside of him and it's a chase down that back straight. Aaron Vale just has his nose in front with Josh Goodwin going round the outside. Can he get back round the outside of that fast line? It looks very close as they come past us. Josh Goodwin just has his nose in front. Aaron Vale goes into that pit bend very hard and very tight with Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown up in that dirt. So Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown lead the way. They go up into the dirt, up on that top corner. Aaron Vale trying away on that inside line. But at the moment he's got no answer to the former European champions. So Sad to see problems for Richard Jenner and Roddy Sterling. They pulled up on the infield here. But once again, Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown really stamping their authority on this support class. But Aaron Vale is battling away on that inside line. He's trying to get back on terms with Josh, but he really is up against one of the world's best 500cc sidecar racers in Josh Goodwin. So then this time the checkered flag will go out and it will be a win for number 3, Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown. Their second of the afternoon, of the evening of course. Aaron and Stephen Vale come home in second. And sadly it will be a no finish for Richard Jenner and Roddy Sterling. So heat 15, the 500cc sidecars, it was a win this time for Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown. They get 3 points. In second place in white, Aaron and Stephen Vale. And sadly Richard Jenner and Roddy Sterling retiring from the race this time. And in red we've got Will Penfold and Ricky Pay. They have had 2 wins so far tonight and are looking very impressive. Another crew who have had 2 wins tonight, Mick Cave and Bradley Steer, they're in blue. In white, Richie Moore and Rob Winspear, they've also had a win tonight. And Mick Stace and Kieran Ivey, they've had a win tonight. So all 4 of these crews have been in excellent form tonight. This really could be one that sorts the men from the boys. All 4 of these crews, of course, in contention for those final and semi-final places. They cannot give an inch in this race. None of these can afford to not win or at least come second. They really will be going for it in this one. So the Cape Glass on a very important E16 and away they go, and it is Will Penfold and Ricky Pay that get to the first turn in first, but Mick Cave comes up the inside in blue and he leads out of the first turn. Mick Cave and Bradley Steer an excellent first turn. They get themselves in front. Will Penfold and Ricky Pay in second. There's all sorts going on for that third place as Mick Stace and Richie Moore come into contact. Looks like there's a problem on Mick Stace's machine, but whilst those 2 get tangled up, it is Mick Cave that has got away at the front. Will Penfold has slotted himself into that second place with Richie Moore in third. Will Penfold goes very quickly into this pit corner, trying to make up ground on Mick Cave. But Mick Cave and Bradley Steer made absolutely no mistakes on that first and second bend. They tucked up the inside of Will Penfold and they are streaking away at the front. Richie Moore is in that third place, but he cannot make any roads in on Will Penfold and Ricky Pay in second place, who are having yet another good ride. As they come past us, it looks like Richie Moore has reeled in Will Penfold. Penfold's going to need to keep himself in tight. He's gone a bit wide. Richie Moore's got the wheels in line. He's come right up close to Will Penfold going into this turn. Is there going to be contact? A little bit of contact going into the turn. Will Penfold squirts the power on. He's gone very wide. He's very close to the line. Oh, very close. Very close on the line between second and third. We'll have to wait for the referee's confirmation to see which way round they finished. Well, a fantastic Heat 16. We knew it was an important one. The riders obviously knew it was an important one. There was no doubting the winner there in blue. Give him a round of applause as they come round. Mick Cave and Bradley Steer in blue. They pick up the 3 points. In second place, in white, Richie Moore and Carl Pugh. They just pipped in third. Will Penfold and Ricky Pay right on the line. And fourth place going to, after that incident going into turn 3, Mick Stace and Kieran Ivey. What a fantastic sidecar race. The winner's time, 69.65. 69.65. So as we get our breath back from a fantastic Heat 16, we look to Heat 17, and we've got coming out in this one, on the track right now in white, Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden. They've been going well this evening, although going onto the infield in their last ride meant that they were excluded from the results. The outfit in blue, Phil Wynn and Adam Cooper-Smith, they've got better and better as the night's gone on. Of course, involved in that incident up on the pit corner. And the outfit in red at the moment, Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola. They've steadily scored points. They're on 4 points right now. A good ride here could see the Leicester lad get himself into that semi-final. He'll need as much local support as he can possibly get. Outfit number 30. Outfit number 13 red, Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola. A good result here will see them in contention for that semi-final. Can they get the better of Andy Cossar and Phil Wynn and give this Leicester crowd something to cheer about this evening? Start from the outside, but it is number 30, Steph Blythe, who gets himself into the turn. He squirts the power on, and as you can see, Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola lead going up the back straight. Phil Wynn has slotted into second place with Andy Cossar in third. Now can Steph hold on to that first place? He's looking good at the moment as he comes faster. Andy Cossar goes into the bottom turn, trying to find a way up the inside of Philip Wynn and Adam Cooper-Smith. But Leicester's own Steph Blythe with his passenger Sam Fumarola, they lead the way at the moment. They tuck themselves up nice and tight for this corner as they go on to lap number 3. Philip Wynn now looks in danger for that second place as Andy Cossar comes on to terms with him. Flames coming out the back of the machine, and Andy Cossar has got up into second. A good ride by Andy Cossar up the inside there. The last lap flag is held out for Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola as they come past us. It's a solid ride from Steph. Andy Cossar has made that second place his own as everything starts to calm down for the end of this race. Phil Wynn still struggling mid-corner with that machine. But as they come around this pit bend, Leicester's own Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola take the win. Andy Cossar and Michael Dixon second, and third place Philip Wynn and Adam Cooper-Smith. So a very important Heat 17 sponsored by Helen Whitelam. It was a win in red for Leicester's own Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola. Second place picking up 2 points is Andy Cossar and Michael Chittenden. And third place picking up 1 point, Philip Wynn and Adam Cooper-Smith. Steph's winning time, 72.30. So already the outfits coming out onto the circuit for heat number 18, sponsored by MSS Kawasaki. MSS Kawasaki, the superbike team that is heavily involved with outfit number 7, Paul Johnson. He's developing a Kawasaki machine on the grass track right now, but tonight he struggled to get this machine up and running. I'm glad to see him on the track. He's still trying to get the machine going. It will really be a treat if he can get that going. Outfit in red, another machine that's not been behaving itself tonight. Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams. They'll want to show us what they're made of in this one. And in blue, Tom Cossar and his passenger Ryan Barker. Still trying to get to grips with that Sidecar Speedway outfit. He's having a really good season on the grass. And I think I can see Paul Johnson signalling to the pits. Perhaps he will go in and still hasn't solved the problem. That's a real shame. Nope, it looks like he is coming round, so that is good news. Left the line safely, but it is in red. Matt Fumarola has gone very wide and very sideways, and the outfit in yellow has taken up the lead. It's Paul Johnson and Jason Farwell who get themselves in front going into this turn. Matt Fumarola tries to come round the outside of him. Johnson, very sensible line up the inside. So it is in yellow. Paul Johnson and Jason Farwell who lead. Fumarola having to do all the chasing round the outside. Johnson making it as difficult as he can for him, holding up that inside line. Can Fumarola go round the outside of Paul Johnson? At the moment, it's too much to ask, but Johnson and Farwell out in front. the only ride they've got themselves into, and wouldn't it be fantastic if they could win it? Out into the turn goes Fumarola, but it's just too far round. So Paul Johnson, a very sensible ride on that machine. Fumarola now once again mounts a challenge around the outside. Has he got it this time? It gets very close as they come past up. Paul Johnson and Jason Farwell go into the last lap, still leading. Fumarola just can't find his way round, and while that's going on, Tom Cossar's got closer. So as they come into this last bend, can Fumarola go round Paul Johnson? They come off the last turn. Johnson's got that inside line. It's very close. Fumarola takes the win. Johnson in second. And once again, Cossar seems to have lost Ryan Barker as they connected with the curb in the pit corner. So it's been a really tough night for Ryan Barker on the back of Tom Cossar. So whilst Ryan is checked by the medics, we can give you the results of heat number 18, sponsored by MSS Kawasaki. It was a win eventually. He had to work hard for it. 4 in red, Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams. And in second, his first finish of the evening. Great to see him getting a finish after all that effort. In yellow, Paul Johnson and Jason Farwell. Sadly, no result for Tom Cossar and Ryan Barker as Ryan was thrown from the machine before the end of the race. Blue, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. These two so far this evening have been dominating the event, both winning all 3 of their rides. This is the first time that we see them come together in heat number 19. Added to that mix, of course, in white, Will Offen and Sam Black. They were involved in that spectacular heat 14 where we had lots of different incidents. Could they be a spoiler in this one? Will and Sam have been getting used to that outfit as the evening's gone on. This race, of course, also sponsored by MSS Kawasaki. So far tonight we can see that Mark and Carl, they've had the quickest times of the evening. But that doesn't mean anything in sidecar racing. Anything could happen. Carl Blythe, of course, the passenger to the outfit in blue, from Leicester. It's a homecoming for Carl. He lives down in Plymouth these days, but he's very much a Leicester boy. I'm sure they'll appreciate your applause. The outfit in blue. This really will be a clash between these two this time. Shove in the corner. Mark has to go right round the outside. It is Paul Whitelam who's just in front of Mark Cossar as they go into that turn. Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders lead the way. Mark Cossar turns hard and almost gets flattered by Will Offen as he goes into the turn. He's now switched up the inside and he cleans up Paul Whitelam going into the turn. Whitelam comes back at him though and they're touching going down that straight. Very close between the two as they go into this big turn. Paul Whitelam on the inside, Mark Cossar on the outside. Cossar's running up to the fence, is very close. close as they come past us. Mark Cossar's just got his nose in front. Can Paul Whiteland pull him back? It's been very close so far. Mark Cossar pulls away a little bit. Can Whiteland get back on terms with him? He certainly made him work hard to get past him. It's close as they go into this turn. Once again, Whiteland comes close to Mark Cossar. So the last lap flag, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe, they lead the way. Can Paul Whiteland find any speed? It doesn't look like it as he drifts wide. Cossar and Blythe in tremendous form this evening. They had to work for this one, but as they come round to take the checkered flag, a fantastic win by Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. Paul Whiteland and Terry Saunders come home in second, and Will Hoffman and Sam Black pick up the third. A fantastic ride by two of the world's best Sidecar Speedway riders. So give these boys a round of applause. What a fantastic race that was from Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. They really had to work hard for that one. They were pushed up to the fence and they were pushed back. It was a fantastic race, really showing what Sidecar Speedway is all about. Two gentlemen with absolute respect for each other, racing side by side. But it was Heat 19 a win for, in blue, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. He gets the 3 points. The outfit in red, Paul Whiteland and Terry Saunders come home in second, and Will Hoffman and Sam Black in white pick up the third place point. The winner's time, 69.52, 69.52. So that concludes all of the qualifying heats for the 1000cc sidecars, the British Sidecar Speedway Championships first round. We now have to wait and see who makes that final, of course the top three from this evening, and that all-important semi-final. So after some tremendous racing in that final leg of the 1000cc sidecars, this British Sidecar Speedway Championship really is shaping up to be a fantastic competition. Of course, they're back at it in 2 weeks' time at Somerset. We've still got the semi and the final to go. But for the time being, we shift our attention to the 500cc sidecars. Aaron Vale has made a good start. Josh Goodwin hasn't made a good start. He's having to go round the outside of Richard Jenner, coming off of bend 2. So Aaron Vale, who won a heat earlier on, has got to try and stay in front, but Josh Goodwin's trying to go round the outside of him as we come round this corner. Aaron and Vale, they lead the way. Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown, they go deep into the corner to try and find that extra bit of drive. And as I say that, Aaron Vale loses drive and Josh Goodwin comes past him. Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown, they go up into the dirt once again. Aaron Vale on that very slick inside line, can't seem to find enough drive to get back on terms with Josh Goodwin. So two very different styles here as Josh Goodwin goes up into the deep dirt, picking up as much drive as he can, while Aaron Vale tucks up on the inside as much slicker. As I say that, he's gone into the dirt himself. So now Vale perhaps sees what Josh Goodwin is doing, and he's heading up into the dirt as well to try and pick up some of that drive, see if he can maintain a little bit more speed to get back on terms with Josh Goodwin. So as the checkered flag is ready, it's going to be a very close finish, but I think it's going to be a win once again for Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown. Aaron Vale and Stephen Vale come home in second, and Richard Jenner and Ronnie Sterling, they pick up third. So give these boys a round of applause. This is the last time we will see the 500cc sidecars tonight. If you've liked what you've seen tonight, their European sidecar semi-final takes place next week in Wimborne. And that really will be something to behold. Aaron Vale, the man here that we can see, and his passenger Stephen Vale, they will be in action, along with several other top British crews. Josh Goodwin won't be there, he's already in the final, taking place in July in France. It really will be a meeting not to be missed down there on the south coast. If you can get yourselves there, it will be well worth a watch. So here we go with race 20. The semi-final, the all-important semi-final. The winner of this race will go to the grand final. In red, Richie Moore and Carl Pugh. They've had a good evening this evening. Only one win. The outfit in blue, Will Penfold and Ricky Pay, they've had an excellent evening. 2 wins this evening. The outfit in white, Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy, they've had a win. And this outfit in yellow and black, Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola, they've also taken a win this evening. So all 4 of these are winners. But who is going to win this all-important semi-final? Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy, they lead, but they're moved over by Richie Moore in red, and Richie Moore leads going into that turn. It was a hard first turn, but it is in red. Richie Moore who leads. Will Penfold and Ricky Pay holding that second place. Steph Blythe comes up the inside of Will Penfold, but he's got enough power to stay up in front of him. But in that all-important first place, Richard Moore and Carl Pugh out in front. We tipped them at the beginning to be one of the top outfits this evening. They're not letting us down here. Will Penfold has not given up yet. He's gone into that turn very hard, and Steph Blythe's come up the inside of him. So that Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola have taken over that second place spot, and they now chase after Richie Moore. But really it looks like it is Richie Moore and Carl Pugh who have got this all under control. Will Penfold once again goes into that turn quite hard, but he cannot get back on terms with Steph Blythe in second. One more lap to go. Richie Moore and Carl Pugh leading this one, showing their class. Richie is a Speedway sidecar specialist, and he's showing it right here with a cool, calm, collected heat win, and he goes into the final. Richie Moore and Carl Pugh. Steph Blythe finishes second, and Will Penfold in third. Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy, after an excellent evening's racing, they come home in 4th place. So after a dramatic day's racing, it is in red. Richie Moore and Carl Pugh, who progress to the final, they go through. A fine day, fine evening's racing by Will Penfold and Ricky Pay. 2 heat wins, and give Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola a huge round of applause. They've put on an excellent show this evening. Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy, they've had a win this evening, they've had a good night. But it was all about Richie Moore in that final. Second place went to the outfit in yellow, Steph Blythe and Sam Fumarola, and third place was Will Penfold and Ricky Pay. Mick Stace and Kiz Ivy in white picked up 4th, and the winner's time 71.70. Now Richie has got to go back to the pits and get himself ready for this final of the first round of the British Sidecar Speedway Championships here at Leicester. So it looks like we're ready to start with this all-important final, and coming straight out onto the circuit is our unbeaten crew, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. And you can see a little bit of gardening going on, making sure they're going to make the perfect start. Of course, in that last heat they got stuck behind on that first corner and really had to work hard. They won't want to do that. As much as we would like to see them have a spectacular race, they will want to get away as clean as possible. The outfit that made them work so hard for that last heat is in blue. Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. They've come onto the circuit and they've looked very quick this evening. Paul and Terry, they will want to build on what they managed to do in that last heat by holding Mark off for 4 laps this time. The outfit in white, Mick Cave and Bradley Steer, they've had some excellent wins this evening. Another crew, along with Paul and Mark, who have spent time down under in Australia racing with some of the world's best sidecar riders. You can see it really pays off spending some time down in the winter. We've got 3 of our 4 finalists who have recently been down under racing. The outfit in yellow's had to go through the hard way, of course. Semi-final winner, Richie Moore and Carl Pugh. They complete the lineup, and they're going to be coming off gate number 4, a very long way to come round everyone, especially when you've got 3 outfits of the calibre that we've got in Mick Cave, Paul Whitelam and Mark Cossar. Local support, of course. Again, I remind you, Carl Blythe, the passenger to Mark Cossar, Leicester born. If you're looking for local interest, he's your man. Paul Whitelam, of course, from Nottingham, not too far from here. Mick Cave down in the Sussex area, and Richie Moore from Surrey. Really is a British championship this, from all over the country. So then, will it be Cossar, or Whitelam, or Cave, or Richie Moore?
Are you ready?
By Mark Cossar on the inside. Whitelam's tried to get across him, he's not quite managed, he's gone underneath him, and Paul Whitelam's still at the inside of Mark Cossar coming out of that turn. Paul Whitelam leads going into the pit bend, but Cossar comes at him, he goes roaring up the inside of him. Whitelam turns back underneath him, he gets back up the inside, and Mick Cave now has found a gap up the inside of Cossar. He pushes him into that turn, it's very close going into that pit bend, and Cossar's dropped back to third, in fact he's dropped back to fourth. They're three abreast going down that back straight. Whilst they sort themselves out, Paul Whitelam has got himself away. They close up in the middle of the corner, and Mark Cossar finds himself back in second place. So Paul Whitelam is back in front after two very eventful laps. Can Cossar come out the inside? He's got lots to drive, he's gone straight past him. The two outfits at the back have connected and gone infield, so it's about these two. Mark Cossar in red, Paul Whitelam in blue, they take the last lap flag. Will Paul Whitelam have an answer for him? So Paul Whitelam, he's got plenty of speed, but Mark Cossar is very quick. Richie Moore's in the middle of the circuit as they go down into the corner. So round they come, he's had to work very hard, but it is a win for Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. Second place to Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. The other two outfits both spilling onto the infield as they work hard to try and make up positions. What a fantastic final by these four outfits. That really was Sidecar Speedway at its best. Give them a round of applause as they come round. Did they have to work hard, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe? Huge round of applause for Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. They tried everything they could to try and stop Cossar and Blythe. They just didn't have enough. And Mick Cave and Bradley Steer, they were never far away. We'll get a word with a couple of riders. They've just finished, so they're probably completely out of breath. First of all, Richie Moore. Richie, what a fantastic night Speedway.
Yeah, it's great. It was a good night, mate. Nice to be back.
Nice to be back, and you were back on four as well. You had to go through that semi-final though.
Mate, I thought 4 races was enough. I've done 6 tonight. I can't wait to go into bed. I'm tired now.
Well, there we go, an athlete, Richie Moore and Carl Pugh. Where is he? So the other man that ended up on the infield in that action-packed final, over here, Mick Cave. Mick, unfortunately didn't finish the final, but what a fantastic night's racing.
Yeah, very good. Enjoyed it. Yeah, thanks for everybody coming, and I'll say hopefully we can get back here again and have another go, and hopefully we'll be a bit better prepared next time. It's just nice to get a ride in, you know.
Thank you, Mick. Well, can we give Mick Cave and his passenger, wherever he is, Bradley Steer, a massive round of applause? Fantastic effort. Now Richie and Carl and Mick and Bradley didn't finish the final, but so they won't take a place on the rostrum, I'm told, so we can give them a huge round of applause for their efforts this evening. But we did have a second place finisher, Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. That was some final.
Oh, it was really exciting to be in it, yeah, it's fantastic.
How does it feel, Paul, to be racing with somebody like Mark, so close like that, where you're touching and everything else? How does it feel?
Well, you know you can trust Mark, so you just got to go for it. It's just nice to give him a run for his money.
Well, I think Paul and Terry certainly gave Mark a run for their money. It was an amazing race. Give Paul and Terry a massive round of applause, please. So then, these other gentlemen tried everything they could tonight to beat these two. It wasn't quite enough. Mark, were you a bit worried then?
It didn't go as planned. It lifted a bit off the start, screwed us up, but we got it back.
You certainly got it back. Now, what do you think this evening? Obviously a fantastic night at Speedway. What do you think going forwards? What do you think that we've got as our selling point here for the next round? Who do you think Who do you think is going to be coming up? Obviously, we had lots of bikes tonight that didn't compete. Have we got more people coming? Have we got other people from GrasstrackSPORT coming? What do you reckon?
Well, there's another 5 riders which couldn't make tonight. They'll be back the next round, so the next round looks good.
The next round at Somerset does look good with another 5 outfits coming. Now I will catch a word with this man, Leicester's own Carl Blythe. Now Carl, what was that race like? I saw you take a hell of a shunt going into the first corner. Don't know who did that, somebody over there looking a bit sheepish.
That was eventful. It's always a pleasure to take part in a final like that, so it's part and parcel of the job, so it's good. It's good.
Fantastic, fantastic entertainment. Can we give our tonight's winners, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe, a big round of applause, please? I don't mean to embarrass you, but I can remember watching my DVDs and videos when I was a kid, watching you win in the Ace of Aces. Lisa Pinfold was a groundbreaking passenger in Paul Pinfold in the day. Lisa, that was a fantastic Sidecar meeting.
It was absolutely stunning, brilliant. I'm just saying, I'm loving this track, and all the people here, it's fantastic, and it's glad to be, we need more tracks like this to encourage people to come back to Speedway, Sidecar Speedway.
Well, I definitely have to agree with that. It's my first trip to Leicester, and I'm really impressed with the facility. It's a perfect track for sidecar racing, as these guys proved. So let's get on with some awards, shall we? In the final, coming home. So, in second place in the final, Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. Excellent, and your winners tonight, everybody tried everything to beat them, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. They didn't think of this, did they? Well done, guys. Now, if you've enjoyed what you've seen tonight, the next round, the second round of the British Sidecar Speedway Championships is due to take place on the 9th of June at Somerset Speedway at Oak Tree Arena. You saw as the heats went on, the boys got better and better. As they got used to the bikes, they got used to the tracks, they got used to this type of racing. That next round is set to be a cracker. We hope to see you there at Somerset in a few weeks' time on the 9th of June. Thank you very much. turns back underneath him, he gets back up the inside, and Mick now has found a gap on the inside of Cossar. He pushes him into that turn, it's very close going into that pit bend, and Cossar's dropped back to third, in fact he's dropped back to fourth. They close up in the middle of the corner and Mark Cossar finds himself back in second place. Can Cossar come on the inside? He's got lots to drive, he's gone straight past him. The two outfits at the back have connected and gone infield, so it's about these two. So round they come, he's had to work very hard, but it is a win for Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. Second place to Paul Whitelam.